Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, the seekers and sojourners of truth, the 144 chosen of the chosen of the chosen few. You all know who you are. I greet you in the love that lights the truth. From my heart to yours, I am Celestial Earth in this divine energy essence of it all. Reporting to you live from dimension number 5, I should say, from this divine matrix of it all. And as usual, I come to bring you the news to infuse, if you so choose to infuse with that light on the light grid. If not, you can always refuse and be prepared to be fried on the grid, if that's what you choose. But for most of us that show up here, I'm going to say we are choosing to infuse with the light. So let's light up on this light grid. Why don't we? So with that said, happy Crown Day. This is Tuesday. Yeah, I gotta check in on these days. Happy Crown Day as I'm in my crown, my light purple, my crown glow. But I'm popping my third eye, so I'm in my crown into my third eye tomorrow. For those of you who have the 5D calendar, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, why haven't you gotten it yet? So please go to a 5D corner near you at akilahtextri@gmail.com. I will put the email in the link below, in the description below, I should say. And you can link me there through the Gmail. Ashe, please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment if you dare. Leave an emoji if you don't have words to put to it. Whatever we can to get the algorithms going, to catch those in the remote places on this light grid, those who are a part of this soul family, this soul tribe, or who may just be passing through to find their soul tribe and soul family, passing through the lighthouse. Ashe. So with that, let me just get right into it. Let me just say, there are no Star Wars. There are no Star Wars. There. I said it. I said it and I meant it. And it's to know that we are all part of this matrix. Right? We are all part of this galactic community, is what I want to say. It's an interstellar galactic community. There are no wars, but we are interstellar, beings, a part of this, as I said, galactic community, or what I like to call the divine matrix. As Dolores Cannon best puts it, a convoluted universe, and that it is. And that's why it's so complex. It's a multi-complex multiverse, and we're multi-dimensional beings in the multi-dimensional mix of it all. So yes, it's a divine matrix, tick-a-tock, click-a-clock, and it's something that does not require war. War is and I know some people may be like, what? War is an illusion. Some of you who know, but war is an illusion of separation that is from the mind, the human mind construct of how we see separation, the illusion of separation to be exact. And we usually see it in war because we're looking at these polarities, pinning them one against another. Everything always has to equal war, and war is usually the answer to get through things, to get beyond things. We always feel like we have to fight, and we don't. Right? You win when you win the war, when you realize that there is no war. War is an illusion. It's an illusion. It's an intrusion of an illusion. And why am I saying this? Because I want to talk, and I'm going to go deep with this. Bear with me, walk with me, talk with me, if you will. I'm going to go into the demiurge. I'm going to go into the light, the pleroma of what we come from, the divine light, and what that really looks like, which is what kind of led me to speaking on this. This came out of the Halls of Amenti, aka 88 Lionsgate, that we were in. This was one of them. Remember, I was saying I was getting a lot of information. This is one of them, and it really hit me to say there are no wars. There are no Star Wars. This is all stuff we make up. It's all movies and things that we make up in our mind of how we can best have a concept of these interstellar, intergalactic communities that we're on the brink of. And it's for us to recognize that there can be no war when it comes to the stars, when it comes to tapping into the divine matrix, going back into one mind consciousness. There are no wars if it's just all one and one love. And I'm saying this because it was all these stories that we hear about this particular beings fighting this particular beings and the invasion of beings that may be coming here. And we really have to look at the truth of light. This is where we're stepping into our wisdom, really listening to the wisdom. And I'm going to speak more on that because I had an urgent message about those not listening to wisdom. But as this wisdom really erupts in our realm right now, it is for us to really discern truth, discern light of what is. And there is no war when there is only goodness, especially for those who understand God, great order of divinity, to always be good, the omnipresence, the omnipotent, all of this that is God, that is good, that is source. Whatever you choose to call it, it is source, absolute source. It's all love, light, truth. So there can be no war. If in fact there were to be a threat, let's just peel back the layers. If there were to be a threat of beings coming to this planet, because that's what they want us to believe, right? That opposition energy, that demiurge, all of that, they want us to believe in war, always be in fear of war, so that as we come online and we start to interact, that we do so in fear, that we fear those beings, interstellar beings that are brothers and sisters to us in the stars. They want us to have that fear so that they can control the narrative. And it is for us to recognize that this is not anything to fear. If they were to come, again, if we pull back the layers, what is it to stop them from interacting with us, from obliterating us, even if that is the fear? Their intelligence, their technology is far beyond us, mere mortals here in this realm. So what is it? What is it to stop them if they were to interfere, to come in and invade, and all of this that they want us to believe, that opposition energy wants us to believe? And it is for us to break this illusion and recognize that there can be no fear, there can be no attack, because if they wanted to, they could have a long time ago, and nothing could stop them. All the military defense in this world has nothing on the technology of our intergalactic beings, if you will. They don't have the technology that they have. So no matter how much they can get their weapons of mass destruction all together, it cannot fight them off if there is to be a war. So we see in that where that already makes no sense. War is an illusion and a human mind construct, because that is all that they believe while they are entrapped in this realm that we choose to come to. This divine matrix that we choose, that is a school of life that we go through. And our job ultimately is to have our evolution, our soul evolution, our evolution into our soul's ascension. That's what we're here to do. We come to this school of life to evolve, to evolve, to evolve, to graduate, to graduate, to graduate in our soul's ascension, to get our galactic diploma or our starseed diploma and continue on. This is a continuum. It's an infinite existence continuum. So it has nothing to do with war. So let's look at the demiurge, if you will, if you understand the opposition. Because I want to say this: when we say these wars, these programs, because it is a program, let me say that first, this divine matrix, it is a program. This is, as it is an illusion, this is an assimilation and a major program. And we're not talking about the regular programming of how we say they program us, right? The powers that have their program, which they're just a part of the archons that are like goons to the main program. Let me put it that way. The program that we talk about of humankind's program, of them programming our minds through slavery and all these other things, not just black slavery, just mental slavery over humanity. Besides that program is a goon, is a minion compared to the major program that I'm talking about, the divine matrix, the assimilation program that we're aware of before we even come here, as we come into this realm. And so this program is a part of this assimilation in the sense of we come into, let's think about us, the whole demiurge and the Sophia. We come from this wisdom, this mama universe, this receptive activity, this wisdom out of the darkness, because out of the darkness comes the light. Just walk with me, if you will, through this picture. We come out of her. When I say her, I mean the wisdom. She, the wisdom, descends into these shadow parts of the earth. She descends and brings forth light. To bring forth light to the truth of it all. It allows us to have the experience we have, to sharpen us in the light, to bring us into the truth. So she descends into the shadows of the universe. Let's just say that, of this inhabited world, is one of the shadows of the universe. So that wisdom descends to bring forth light. You can look at it as the wisdom of Mama Universe descends, her light energy information, to bring forth the sun, what we call the sun, the light. Or you can say she, Sophia, descends her wisdom here to bring forth the Christos, light. The Christ consciousness, or the Christos, is that light, that illumination. And that light is brought forth through discernment. The wisdom allows for discernment. So as it brings forth this light, this opportunity for us to have through this school of life, through this realm that equals the school of life. And it gives us the opportunity to bring forth through this light a truth, a well-known truth, as we sharpen ourselves in this light, and allow us to be restored onto this truth, if you will, and to rise from that. Out of the darkness comes the light. So also, again, bringing out of the darkest shadows of this inhabited world, bringing forth the light, allowing the light to shine, to bring forth the light. It is making way for light bearers, light bringers, to bring forth light that reveals truth. The purpose is to have a discernment to bring forth truth, and true truth that has been weighed or wagered through experience. The experience is what brings the truth. So there has to be a descent. And I say that because even when they talk about the Sophia, some of them talk about it in a way as if it was war, like, the same war mentality, or that Sophia must have been bad to have not to disobey, to have come here. It's like we humans in our human concept are always seeking to find a way, like they had to do wrong for us to end up here. No, it's part of the assimilation. So as she descended, it is part of the cataclysmic assimilation that as she descends, there's going to be a demiurge, and that demiurge is part of the assimilation. That's what I'm bringing all of this full circle to. So that bigger program is the demiurge. So whereas some of us would look at it like the demiurge is still something for us to fight, it is not for us to fight. It is for us to know. This is why we have to know evil. The discernment, we're here to have discernment, to know evil, to find that spark of light. It's almost like that light just burst from the heavens, if you will, from the pleroma, as they call the divine light, came this spark of light, which was the descendant of wisdom, descending into these realms for us to bring forth the light. It was a spark of light descending for us to bring forth light, if that makes sense, to bring forth more light. So there are no Star Wars out there. There's nothing for these beings to be warring over. That war is just simply, it's this realm that has that construct. This is a part of the reality that we have come into, to have a reality check. That wisdom that descends into these parts, for us to have the experience in this realm of what we see as reality, is really for us to have a reality check, to check ourselves, to see what and who we really are. It's as simple as that, although it can be convoluted at the same time. There's convoluted parts to it. It's the whole divine matrix, as we know. But it is to know, and it is to know that this is all an assimilation, and there are no Star Wars. That was the biggest thing. It's like we have to stop looking at these Star Wars stories. I mean, I don't like to tell nobody what they gotta stop doing, but this is the reality that came in. This is the message that came in, this type of reality check that came through, and I had to see that there are no wars. There are no Star Wars. There's nobody out there fighting over this planet like that, or looking to make us slaves. Once upon a time they were looking to make us slaves, and now it's not making sense with the onward forward movement of evolution and soul ascension into this time-space reality. Right? We are all in this divine matrix, a part of time and space. And when we come to seeing that, understand this, whoever this is for and whoever this gets faithfully, this breaks another illusion, which is the illusion of war, all the way into the stars. Do not let these people fool you. They're not warring in the stars. It's an interstellar galactic community, and we're here to get our starseed diploma and continue on. It's all it is. And we're here to get through the simulation for whatever it is for you. And everyone's playing their part, including the soulless, or the NPCs, the fear-based ones, the snatched souls. Everyone's playing their part. Let them be snatched. Don't worry, they'll come back. Let them do what they got to do and cycle out, like we all have had the opportunity to do, to recycle, meaning to cycle again. You go in, you go out. It's a transition in time for us to have our transmissions in time. And so I say that so that we comprehend how we are moving through this assimilation that we call Earth, Urantia, whatever it is you choose to call it, Gaia, Jeb. But it is for us, and it is for us to know, not to fight evil, because there is no war, there is no fight. War is an illusion, and it's an intrusion. When you evolve and you break that illusion, you will see that the only war is the one in thee, or the one in me, if I choose to have a war. If we choose to be a part of a war, if we choose to believe in the Star Wars, right? Believe in your interstellar community. Believe in your interstellar galactic higher self. Maybe you don't say galactic. Maybe you just say, I'm a star seed. Whatever works for you. But know that there is no war out there, up there, in here, least you choose it to be. And so we can stay on the track of understanding the part we play and what this assimilation is all about. Even the demiurge, it is part of it. It's like it happens simultaneously. As she descended and chose to be into these parts and bring forth the light, then boom, there's a demiurge to be that assimilation that creates that opposition, and mankind will understand it as war. But when you evolve and you get beyond that and you see that demiurge as a part of the assimilation to bring us back into the pleroma, to bring us through the discernment, then you are being an active participant in your soul's evolution. And so I invite you all to walk in through that time capsule, walk in through that space and time in the dimensions of your own mind, breaking barriers, breaking veils, the veils of amnesia, and returning yourself to the pleroma of light that you are. And I'm going to leave that there. So with that said, you interstellar galactic communities, you interstellar light beings, light warriors, light bringers, star seeds, indigos, Syrians, whatever you choose to call yourselves. Beam me up, Scotty. That's my thing. I don't got time for these wars. Just beam me up into the light. All right, so be willing to be an active participant in this assimilation that we have chosen. I know it may be hard to get our minds around it. Sometimes it was hard for mine, like, what? Assimilation? Because in our egoic minds, in our egocentric minds, we want to believe it's all about us here in the lower realms of the universe. We want to believe it's all about us, and it is to a certain degree, but know where you stand in it, and know that it's our job to evolve and break the illusions. Ashe. So with that said, love you all. Faithfully, this would shed some light on how we look at Star Wars and wars in general. And you're able to see that there is nothing but one mind consciousness and one light, love, truth in it all. And we are here to evolve and be a part and return to the infinite existence that we are. Ashe. With that said,